Hi, I'm Ken Saunderson with the Seattle Propeller Club, and today I'm joined by Russ Shrewsbury, who's one of the owners of family-owned Western Towboat here in Ballard. Thanks for joining us today, Russ.
Hey, thanks for having me, Ken.
Hey, Russ, why don't we start off with giving you a little history about Western Towboat?
Sure. We're a family-owned business. We were started in 1948 right here in Ballard by my grandfather, Bob Shrewsbury Sr. And we're now moved into the third generation. With my uncle, Rick, and my father, Bob, were the second. And now it's my brother, Ross, and my sister, Kristen, myself, and my dad is still here. And we operate 22 tugs and 7 barges all over Puget Sound and basically up and down the West Coast and wherever our customers need us.
You know, one of the interesting things about Western is that you not only operate the tugs and barges, but you build them. Tell us about that aspect of Western.
Sure. So in the 80s, we had a freight business that we sold to a company, Linden, Alaska Marine Lines. And the work we're doing is bringing containerized freight to Southeast Alaska. And we decided that we needed a specialized vessel that could kind of fulfill that need as well as other needs for general towing around Seattle, kind of multi-purpose. And we're looking around at shipyards. And at the time, we thought it might be easier to just build something that was more, conducive to what we were doing. So we designed, my father and grandfather at the time designed a boat. And there was a guy they knew whose shipyard was closing up, family of welders, and we hired them and set out on this dream to start building our own tugs. And now we're building hull number 20 right now here in Ballard.
It's an amazing story. You know, you mentioned our tie to Alaska. That's a huge connection. We have a big economic tie between Seattle, Puget Sound area and Alaska. Talk about that connection and then the work you do to provide services for the people of Alaska.
Sure. The lower 48, as a lot of people will know or may not know, is not connected by road to Southeast Alaska. So about 60% of our work is hauling containerized freight, bulk cargo to Southeast Alaska, all the ports. They rely on that service for all their building needs, food, groceries. Every week, we send 3 boats out of Seattle year round, no matter the weather, keep the schedule and keep the people of Southeast Alaska going. And then some of our other work is in Western Alaska with hauling fish and crab and all that stuff back from various ports. We service the Red Dog mine up above the Arctic Circle in Kotzebue every year with a summertime replenishment because it's iced in the winter. So it's the only time of year we can get up there. So there's a lot of seasonal summer work in Alaska that keeps us busy as well.
It's very cool. And talk about the great careers that you've got there at Western, both at sea as well as the shoreside opportunities.
Yeah, so what we always say shoreside is the boats we build is kind of the farm to table mechanism, because all the stuff we're getting is coming from vendors locally, most of it. And so we have welders, carpenters, machinists, mechanics, anything it takes to build a boat. We have people supplying these boats. On the vessel side of things, we're always looking for great people, engineers, AB deckhands, mates and captains. A lot of times we like to train people from within to be a captain here. But, there's been times where lately we have been so busy. We've been looking for people in all positions.
That's great. It really is a great career opportunity for people that are looking to get involved with the maritime industry. And I can tell your passion. I love how you're enthusiastic about it. This morning, you were working on a tug. This afternoon, you're back in the office. Talk a little bit about why you're so excited about working at Western and the opportunities that it provides.
Sure. Well, the nice thing here is, for in case an engineer we just hired, he wants to work on the boats, but he also wants to learn the ins and outs of the boat. So he's splitting his time between working on a boat and then being here in the shipyard and learning all the different systems, how to rebuild reduction gears, engines and stuff like that. On the boat side of things, you're in an office, which is the wheelhouse of a vessel. Your view changes every day. A lot of people like the freedom where you sail for a few weeks at a time and then you get left alone for a few weeks and you're not beholden to a 9-to-5 schedule. You kind of set your own. The freedom that working on the water in the maritime industry and tug and barge industry is nice on your, having the time off. But when you're also at work, you're doing something fulfilling. When, like, for instance, with COVID, I mean, the people of Alaska relied on us to be there. they needed to eat. I mean, it's a purpose-filled job, and a sense of accomplishment when you complete a job and you get back. And it's a lot of teamwork and working in small groups of people and camaraderie, and it's a great career for men and women alike.
Not only a great career, but also you're passionate about the future of the industry. You mentioned earlier your industry is rocking. You're doing a great job there at Western. Why are you so passionate about the future of our maritime industry?
Well, I think we look at one, the feasibility of moving things by water. It's one of the most economic ways to do things. So the job stability that creates for us as a company has a positive outlook. This work isn't going away. The ships that are coming are getting bigger. The ports in Alaska are not getting bigger in Southeast. I mean, that's always going to be a tug and barge market. But the new technology that's coming out has allowed us to try new things on our boats. I mean, when I was a kid, we didn't have internet or any of that, cell phones. Now we have Wi-Fi all the way to Alaska on the tug. And there's a lot of cool things that, transgress with like the systems of the tug. We used to build conventional tug with shafts and propellers. Now we're going to Alaska with a Azipod Z-drive tugs, and it's fun. It's always different, and it's ever changing every year.
That's great. Hey, Russ, thank you so much for your time. I sure appreciate it.
Hey, anytime. Thank you, Ken.